Okay everybody, this is mooneydashcam. Today we are in Corona, Queens. We are heading to the pizzeria that an international drug trafficking operation was ran out of. Pretty crazy story. It was a family-owned pizzeria. This happened back in 2015, not too long ago. Major amount of cocaine. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at mooneydashcam. I post in there every single day. And please don't forget to leave suggestions for future videos in the comments. Get a lot of inspiration for videos from that. Alright, let's flip this around and get into it. Okay, the address that we're going to, where the pizzeria was, is 51-01 108th Street in Corona, Queens. The name of the pizzeria was Cucino Omoto Mio, which translates into I Cook It My Way. It is the Gigliotti family that owned this. They were not your regular family. They were hooked up with the true Italian mafia from Italy, the Undrangheta family, Undrangheta, something along those lines. They were associates of that family, who was pretty much the Calabrian mafia, and they also have a lot of power in Toronto, as I'm told. They were also close with the Genovese family, so they were hooked up in many ways, more ways than one, more ways than most people will ever know. And one of their neighbors in the neighborhood owned the Parkside. It was right around the block from them, who many of you may already know is captain of the Genovese family, captain in the Genovese family, Anthony Tough Tony Federici. The Parkside is 107-01 Corona Avenue. Current guy out and around right now. All right, let's get into the family. It's a husband and wife and a son. Husband is Gregorio. He's 58 years old at the time this was going down. Eleonora is the wife, 54 years old, and Angelo, 34 years old. They've been in America for about 40 years. They immigrated from Italy, so that's how they have this Italian mafia connection. The Italian mafia has been trying to get strongholds in the US for a long time, and this was maybe their first grabs at it. Now, they dealt in a multinational operation. So from the US, Costa Rica, Northern Europe, and Italy. It was wild. We have all this information because it was an over year-long investigation by the DEA and other organizations that cracked down on them. So they bugged the pizzeria, they were tapping their phones, they had an informant. So the feds set their eyes on the Gigliottis after someone they were working with started cooperating and said that Gregorio, the father, would not only buy drugs from him, but he had control over an employee at a commercial shipping company that would allow shipments with the drugs through Italian customs. Once the drugs were in Italy, Eleanor would travel there, distribute the drugs, and then after entering back into the US, they would convert the euros into US dollars at Atlantic City casinos, which is a big gambling place in the US, in New Jersey. So this is how their operation worked. The cocaine would come from Costa Rica, stored in storage buildings in Delaware and Pennsylvania, and they had a storage facility in the Bronx. They disguised the whole operation. Oh, this is it right here to the left. I'm going to do a quick spin around. Quick around the block. So as I was saying, they stored the drugs in all different spots, and then from there it would get shipped back out to Italy and Northern Europe. That's how their operation worked. And slowly but surely, as the investigation went on, they just heard the family get more violent and more violent. It seemed like I was about to say a regular drug dealing family, but that's not a regular thing at all. Their connect in Costa Rica was a man named Armando, who they were in close contact with all the time because they kept almost like a neurotic track of their shipments, which I understand. There's a lot of money involved there. At one point, a shipment was taking too long, so Gregorio called Armando and said, "Listen to me, if I don't have my container by next week, I'll go over there. I know where you live, where they live. Don't make me blow my mind." Doesn't make much sense, that wording. Do your job, send me the container. This is all caught on wire. So you have to go up this block, and we're gonna come from behind the restaurant. So how they would actually transport it was they transported the cocaine in little flat packets in containers of yucca and cassava, because they had like a produce, they had to order produce for their pizzeria, and I believe they also had a produce company on the side. So a very business-oriented man to begin with, and then he gets into the drug business on top of it all. So all those little cocaine packets were in the lining of the cardboard in these yucca / cassava, it's like a root, in these boxes. So that's how it got back and forth. Eleanor and the son, Angelo, even traveled to Costa Rica with $400,000 cash in luggage to deliver to Armando. This is in August before they got caught. All right, a quick right and a right, and then we're at the restaurant where this all went down. And not only the husband made threats, this is quote on wire also, Eleanor said she was talking about someone who owed them money. She said, hurting him in front of his kids, Grego, we're gonna look bad. Then said, bring him here, have someone bang him up here. You have someone grab him here at night, he'll learn. She's like setting up having people get beat up and taught a lesson. Kind of wild. So, in October 2014, everything's starting to close in. They seize a container that has 40 kilos of cocaine in there. The police do. Now, they take all the cocaine out and they ship the rest of the container. They did this in October with 40 kilos, and they did this in December with another 15 kilos. So if you do the math on that, we're up to 55 kilos seized by police. The restaurant is right up here to the left. Let's see if I could, ooh, there should be parking. I'll make some parking. And now, Gregorio, the father, knew this was a bad situation. You're getting these shipments without the cocaine. Who took them out? He didn't care. He was just, next week, he was like, send me another container. He was money hungry, clearly. Okay, so this was where the pizzeria restaurant was. It's now a Spanish, is it Spanish food? Colombian and Ecuadorian food. There we go. Oh, say hi to the truck. Almost forgot that. So it's a pretty big spot actually. Goes all the way down here. Now this area was known as the Little Italy of Corona at one point. It's mostly Hispanic now, Latino. Right over here is a very famous spot. The lemon ice king of Corona. Anyone's from this area. Alright, let's wait for the garbage truck. You would know that spot right there. Okay. This is the block. It's the area. Right here. You can't even get a clear shot of this place with the bus stop in front. I have pictures of course, when it was the Italian restaurant. Okay, so another violent conversation caught on recording is the father talking to the son. He goes, do you remember the movie Casino? Do you remember what happened to the two brothers? This is what I have to do with him. He was referring to what happened to Joe Pesci and his brother in the cornfield when they got buried alive after getting beaten with baseball bats.
I mean, what's right is right. They don't give a fuck about.
And then right after that, he was talking on the phone about how they shouldn't be talking about this stuff on the phone. You said enough already. it's a little late for that. Now, March 11th, 2015, it's a Wednesday. 30 officers, including SWAT, raid this restaurant right here during business hours. Just come in and do a full sweep of the place. Can you imagine? SWAT trucks pulling up, blocking off this whole intersection, I would assume. Maybe the truck looked like that, who knows? Alright, let's get back to the truck and finish this off. So during the police raid, in the safe, they found $100,000 cash and 6 guns. And a drug dealing ledger. I don't know why you'd keep that on paper in a safe. I guess they were old school people. And then they also raided the house. They got another $50,000 and another gun out of the house, which the house was beautiful. It was, all right, buddy, keep going. It was in Malba, which is a beautiful part of around Whitestone. 32 Center Drive is the home. $1.32 million, which I really think it's probably worth a little bit more than that. 5 bedroom, 5 bath, 5,100 square foot house. So in total, 55 kilos were seized. So 55 kilos were seized, but they say between 2012 and 2014 that they did about 122 kilos. I did the math on it. It's a little over $4 million, and that's pure cocaine. So then they assume that if you cut that and sell it, you make about 4 times that. So you're making about $16 million over 2 years dealing cocaine. Crazy amount of profit. They all faced 35 years to life, which seems like a crazy sentence for this kind of crime. The father ended up getting 18 years. The father pleaded for his family to not get time like he did. The mother ended up getting 7 years, and she pled guilty, got 7 years, and agreed to forfeit $1.6 million, which the father was probably like rolling over in the jail cell, like, why would he forfeit that money? The son actually got 20 years. I don't know why he got more than the father. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe he was a little more involved than I thought they were. And 13 others not in the U.S. were arrested connecting with this bust. So they got a lot of people in total, swept everyone up. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to tell you about the situation. The $16 million operation that was being run out of a family-owned pizzeria in the middle of Corona, Queens. Wild stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one.